What's up? Market Movers back Wednesday, January 19th. Jay Smooth in the house. What's up, buddy?
Oh, just sending out a quick tweet. We're going to get everything started. We got some good stuff for everyone today. As you can see, we already have the Sims out, but we'll wait for that for a minute. Let's get into our right positions here. There we go. That's much better. What do we do? What are we doing, man? It's like sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. But okay, so yeah, we're here. We got a good slate of basketball games. I believe there's about 40 or so scheduled today. I haven't even had a chance to look at Mike's Sims, so we're gonna go through it. We're gonna talk about the games we like. I have about like 15 plays today, Mike, so I'm interested to hear your take. Yeah, I've been betting a lot. I think I went like something like 11-5 yesterday on my 16 plays. So, I'm not really holding back. I'm having a good time, cutting my teeth, as they say, but definitely trying to, hone in that college basketball handicapping skill. And it's going pretty well. Model's doing its own thing. I don't know if you saw, I had like the worst day of my life ever in terms of betting on Saturday with the model. So, but we're moving on. We're moving to greener pastures. I'm going to send up this tweet and we're going to get started. So let's do it.
Yeah, get that get tweet sent out. I'll give you a little retweet from Van Flo and see what happens. Get a few more users here. Probably wait a few minutes before we start breaking down those games.
I think so really quickly though, Mike, I do think your mic is having the problem on the. I want to ask the people in the audience: are you guys having a little bit of a tough time hearing Mike? Because I think it is still happening a little. I don't know if he wanted to switch to the system audio and put people through not the best.
Waiting until someone tells me there's an issue.
Okay. I think I did.
Mike has that. Okay. All right.
Right. You have an echo. That's really the best way to describe it. It's a little feedback. So we're trying to figure that out really quick. I think if you have to switch to the, maybe the not good mic for a minute, that might be the best play. But let's maybe really quickly.
We changed something. I'm not sure if that's any different.
Much better.
Much better.
You're not echoing. Whatever you did, you're not echoing, and we can survive that.
Beautiful.
All right, cool. So let's just get right to it then. So let's talk.
I agree with Jason. By the way, most of what you say is repeating. I think is factually correct.
There we go. It's happening a little bit, but I think it's a lot better. So let's just get started. If it's unbearable, they'll let us know. We'll go by that. If it's, please guys, if Mike's mic gets a little too rough, just give us a shout. But all right, we got games starting today at 6 p.m. So we kind of jump off to a fun start. There's a few games here. I don't know if we're going to touch on every game today. So this hour does have some good stuff to start with, though. I kind of have a play on one of these games maybe you wouldn't think to bet on, but American Army. I actually kind of like Army here. So let's pull up the numbers. Let's talk about it. Let me pull this up. Oh, those aren't the numbers. Those are the numbers. But all right. So this Army game right now is set at 9.5 against American. I'm not the biggest fan of this American team. You agree? Yay. I love when you agree. You have 12.4 here at the bottom, third to the last row. Any thoughts on this? I mean, it looks like you also have a slight lean to the over. American isn't that good. I don't really understand why this isn't double digits. I think I got it at, what did I get it? I got it at 9 last night. It's at 9.5 now. This is a pretty solid play, I think. I don't know. What do you make of American right now?
Yeah, I don't have a ton of thoughts on them other than they're not good. It's the better team here for sure. I think the line could probably be 10.
Yeah.
Is the mic not working again?
Yeah, I think you got to switch, unfortunately.
Crazy.
That stinks. But that's life. We're getting a little echo. I'm sure the comments will come in 2 seconds because there is a decent delay. But yeah, let's probably switch it. All right, you want to try something now really quick? Sorry, guys.
Yeah. We'll run this other mic now.
Wow, it's still happening. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's on a totally different mic now.
I mean, I'm definitely still getting some that weird echo, but you know what? Let's just do it. All right. Sorry, everybody. Next game on the slate is going to be Mississippi State, Florida. Yeah, getting the sound is rough. Yeah, I don't know. What do you want to do, Mike?
I got nothing else to do. It's
unfortunately, I don't know. Nothing's changed since early edge this morning. It's just been sitting here. So I honestly, I don't know.
This sounds a little better. All right, keep talking. Talk to me about Mississippi State, Florida, Mike. Let's try.
All right. Which game?
Mississippi State, Florida.
Mississippi State, Florida.
Yeah, where did it go?
All right, so it's -6 in the markets. Let's see where we this game in the Sims. Looks like I'm -5.7 on Florida. Slight lean on Mississippi State. Pretty much dead on market everywhere on this one. I don't have a ton of thoughts on it. Would be interested to see you do, but mostly this is one I'm just slightly avoiding just because it's dead on market.
Yeah. I personally, who you are echoing, but so I guess people who really want to hear you will deal with it, and we'll just go with the flow. As Sean says, oh, I'm getting a Discord call. I can't do that right now. Why am I getting a Discord call? Okay. But yeah, no, I actually don't understand this line at all. And I kind of like, I get that all the models think this is a good line. Don't get me wrong. Every single model is out here saying Mississippi State should lose by 6, but I just don't see that happening. They're just on totally different sides of momentum. Mississippi State's been playing very well. Florida at home is nothing like scary. I actually think they're 21-15 in their last 5 years at home or something I read. So this is really not a game that I think should have 6.5 points. I'm definitely going to be on Mississippi State in this one. I go against the model. I know you have like a slight lean, like a point here, but I don't know. This feels like it should be Mississippi State covering, maybe even winning. I've seen some people make it as close as a pick 'em. I don't know. I mean, just looking at how these teams have played, I'm a little shocked at this line.
Yeah. I don't know if the mic's echoing, but I don't. Thoughts on it. I don't think either team is a great team, so I would leave it where it is personally. But I could definitely, based off my sim, I'd have to lean in the Mississippi State direction more than the Florida direction.
Fair enough. And again, the echo's kind of on like a one word at a time, so it's not every word. So you're actually decently understandable. But again, do apologize. We'll do maybe just touch on a few games, do it really quick. If anybody really wants to hear some of our takes, I'll run through some of my picks and we'll talk about those maybe. Because they are a little contrarian today. And then maybe the most contrarian one that we're going to get out of me this afternoon is going to be Maine. I like Maine plus the 13.5 right now. I actually took it at 12.5 last night. As you can see here, Mike does make it the 10.3. So he agrees with me. I don't think UMass Lowell is going to beat anybody by 13 points. I don't think UMass Lowell's beaten. I don't think they have. I think they haven't done it in like 2 months. They haven't had a 13-point win, and Maine has been playing people pretty tough. They only lost to Stony Brook by 8. They only lost to Binghamton by 8. They're going to keep this game within 10 points is my guess, and I like this play. It's on my sheet. I have money on Maine. I'm proud to say it.
All right.
What do you think of VT? What do you think of VT NC State?
It's interesting. I thought I was going to get to attack the total on that one, but doesn't really look like it to. What's the number now is currently -2 for Virginia. It's where I would lean. I guess you can on the over 138.8. Just a little bit on both of those. I like Virginia Tech game personally. Not terrorizing if you follow the show. We liked him a little bit against Virginia. That game actually lost, kind of a heartbreaker on the
Yes, that was a rough one. The Virginia loss was rough.
They're up 4 under 2 minutes, I believe, and lost.
That was last Wednesday. So that was last Wednesday.
But yeah, still same thing. Model value on Virginia Tech, almost always going to be model value on them. So.
Yeah, I'm on them too, actually. So not because of a model, just because I do think that I got them -1. I think they win this game. I understand NC State has been playing tough. ACC road play has been rough for everybody. They are 6-4 at home, VT 2-3 on the road in terms of straight up. And again, you're basically playing for a money line here, -1. When you get -1, you're pushing if it's a 1-point win. So that's why I like the -1. 1.5 is a whole different beast. A 2-point win is just vastly different, unfortunately, because it's not just a win. It has an extra condition. So, all right. Yeah, we both agree. I definitely have money on Virginia Tech as a non-model pick. I think it's the right side there. Staying at the 7:00 hour, UNI Valparaiso. Again, we're just going to roll through my picks, maybe touch on like some of the big games. If anyone in the chat, if anybody in the chat wants to ask about a game, we'll definitely touch on it because you're sticking with us. Mike's mic is a little rough, but we're definitely going to still try here. What do we think of, Valparaiso versus UNI? So the game's right here. You make it right on the money. You have a little slight lean towards the over, Mike. I don't know. I like UNI personally.
Yeah,
I think
I definitely not something that I play here in this spot based on where my number is. But if you like them, I would love to hear why. Again, it's too. I believe too much. Well, I guess the over. I do. Over would be where I would play if I had to play.
Yeah,
this.
I just think Valparaiso is bad. I've watched their games. They were 4-point underdogs in their last game. They lost by 17. They're good with like bigger spreads. They can keep a game within 10, 15 points, but that's about it. Like the UNI also just beat them by 27 points literally 2 weeks ago. And sure, you might say, oh, like it's a revenge game that was at UNI, but 27 points. And now it's their 4.5-point favorites. I personally don't know how much changes if you can get a 20-point swing in 14 days. That just feels like a lot to me. So I'm going to take the odds that they can do it again, that if they're going to win, they're going to cover. I don't really respect Valparaiso. I don't. So I'm fading Valpo. All right. What do you think about Utah, USCU, Upstate, and Gardner-Webb? I was trying to scroll on the.
Definitely haven't looked. I have no clue where the model is relative to the McClure. I can tell you that for sure.
Here it is. Let's see what we got. 10.9. So you actually have USCU.
Little value on the dog here.
Yeah, I think personally, I like the over right here. I took it last night and it's fallen, and I might want to hit it again. Obviously, wow. These teams have been, playing some tempo ball. Gardner-Webb 4-1 overs at home, and then USCU is 9-5 this year on overs. So I think this one could go fast. Their matchups against each other, 3 of the last 4 all went over. 140 probably isn't enough here. And I think that it's going to go fast in the second half. So I'm also going to take the second half over. It's a weird call. This is one of my weird calls today.
Yeah. I'll lean to the over, but yeah.
It's a slight lean for you, but you wouldn't have liked it last night. But I still think this one can just go the distance, go over, have more scoring than we expect. All right, we got a little question here on Longwood. Cool. Thank you for the question, Ryan. Right at the top, Longwood Campbell. Looks like Mike's model loves Longwood.
Yeah.
Strong.
It's moving. I want to know if you grab it quickly if you can, because I'm 2s and starting to see 2.5s.
What was this? I feel like this was vastly different last night. Like, where was this last night? Like, you want to talk about market movers. Like, okay, I'm seeing 2.5. I was 3. It was 3. Yeah, I'm not seeing many 2s. I'm seeing 2, 2.5. Mike's model still probably would play at any of those numbers. I don't personally have a play on it. Some people who I follow are on Longwood. Longwood -2 is probably a pretty good play. If you
can get it 1.5 mentioning, I can play 1.5.
Oh well, yeah. Take the better number, says Mike. I got cursed for saying that. Sorry. Interesting game though. Interesting game. I mean, these are I looked at every game last night, but this one didn't really draw any action from me. Longwood has been really nice against the spread, but head to head, these teams go back and forth. Last 3 games were at Campbell, but Longwood took 2 of them. But Campbell's 4-0 against the spread as an underdog. So you're this is going to be close. This is going to be tight. But again, you're just trying to win by a bucket. I think it's better than the money line. I don't want to pay the money line because they could lose probably just as easily as they could cover. It's probably gonna be one or the other. I'd be very shocked to see Campbell cover and not win. So yeah, I'm staying off that one, but I think the model's probably going to be right, and we'll take Campbell there. Next pick for me is going to be. We're literally just going to run down them because I want to see what the model does for my picks, and you guys can just hang with us live while Mike sort of reverberates a little bit. But what do we think about BU Loyola Maryland? I know it's such a trash game. But you have Loyola Maryland winning by 2. I love games like this. I mean, This is just, I don't know. I think Loyola Maryland's going to get this done at home. They're underdogs now. Something must have changed.
Yeah,
that's really weird. They're underdogs now. So 4 points of value. I don't know. I took it -1.5 last night, so I'm sitting here on a terrible line, but I still think they win this one. They have not lost at home. They haven't lost at home.
Yeah. Not teams at all. So I blindly trust the model.
Yeah, fair enough. So 4-point edge. I might have to sprinkle a little more on +2, honestly. But all right, that's an interesting one. All right. So if you think that was bad, what do you think of High Point Charleston Southern? These are like terrible teams.
I'll take High Point. High Point really? -5.5.
I got Charleston Southern +6.5 last night. I like it. I'm not proud that I like it. I see your model does not like it. So if you think that, oh man, I can't go against the model that hard. Nope. Not doing it. I've seen too many people try, Mike. I've seen too many people try and risk their money risk their precious donkeys against the model by 3 points. No thanks. Let's talk about a big game. Sean's talking about your LSU game. So why don't you let's see how it goes. Why don't you try to talk to us about LSU? I mean, yeah, you have them potentially keeping this as a 1-point game. What do you think here?
Yeah, and the big story is Xavier Penson. Is he going to play or is he not going to play for LSU? Currently, this is a game time to time decision. He tries to come back for this game. If he is in lineup healthy 100%, make LSU -3 here.
Yeah.
Basically 7 points off of where the market is. The market thinks that he's not going to play. Even though the market thinks that he's not going to play, I will have this game as basically a pick 'em. A lot of value on LSU. Everyone wants to talk about the loss of Xavier Penson. They beat Florida without Xavier Penson.
Yep.
Did not beat Arkansas. I know Arkansas is not a loss to have, but I truly think it's also a little bit of a let spot for the team anyway. They won 3 consecutive games and covered those 3 games leading into that, and those 3 were massive. Just a brutal stretch in their schedule. They had Kentucky, Tennessee, and then Florida back to back. Won all 3 of those games, covered all of those games. On the other side, Bama, they're healthy.
Kind of sliding. Yeah.
They lost at Mississippi State, lost favorites at Auburn or against Auburn, went on the road, lost to Missouri.
Yep. Missouri loss is gross.
Yeah, I mean they're -3.5 point favorites. Lost Missouri in that game. They lost to Tennessee, the team that LSU just beat. So for me, I mean, it's just a total model play and value. So basically, anytime the model is going to beat that in a competitive game, so I pick them, and then the market 4 or greater over a full possession. It's just not something that I'm going to avoid. I'm going to play it, especially when they could be getting Pinson back this game. And like I said, it just should be a pick 'em in my opinion. So we're seeing a little bit of movement back, at least on DraftKings. It's now back to 3.5 there.
Nice.
Wouldn't shock me if this moved back and can close to around 2, but I like it. But
probably look, money line plus.
He's ruled in. Would I sprinkle money line? I mean, I would just sprinkle money line now if you wanted to, because if he's ruled in, it's going to be available plus 150.
Yep. But again, anyone who's just joining, Mike is having some slight microphone problems. It is tolerable. So we do want to, continue to give our takes. So if you are hanging with us and with Robot Mike over here, we do appreciate you. But yeah, let's keep going. It is still a large slate to go. I have a couple more, probably a few more interesting ones that we can find a little donkey showdown on. But let's move into the last one of the 7 o'clock hour for me, which is going to be Quinnipiac Ryder. So, I mean, I do not trust Ryder. That's just the bottom line. Like you have 5.5, the line's 5.5. What, are you with me that they don't deserve trust? I just don't think this team's been any good in any game. I don't understand why they're getting respectable lines. This Quinnipiac team can play well. They're on back-to-back. They just beat Ryder literally 5 days ago. They beat him by 7 at Ryder. Now it's at home, and the line's 5.5. So, I mean, if you want to go traditional, if you say the same game's going to play out, they should win by 13 at home, right? Yeah. They're giving it 5.5. So they would say that at Ryder it should have been a pick'em. I don't know, man. What's going on with this one?
I don't have a ton of thoughts other than where the model makes it. I've never watched any teams play. I would never watch these teams play, but which is fine. Some people laugh at that. Why would you bet on games?
I love it.
No, it doesn't. My most successful run betting ever. I didn't watch a pitch in baseball for 6 months. Easily. You don't need much. It's literally math. So
yeah, it's math. Yeah. It's math, and it works. And look, but there you can do both, right? Like there are definitely people who.
I'm just saying with teams. It's purely math.
Yeah. You don't have to be like an expert on this team to know how to bet them. You never have to be. I mean, if you use numbers and develop a system that you can, create plays off of that return value in terms of not being 50-50, it's worth it. So, it's the worst. That's the worst thing in betting, right? Because if you're terrible, if you lose 2 times for every 1 time you win, contact me. I'll pay you for how terrible you are, because I will just fade you to profit. There's the worst thing in a gambling system is being even, because that nobody wins except the book. But yeah, no. Let's keep on going. I think we have a few more interesting ones. Again, I am on Quinnipiac here. I don't trust Ryder as far as I can throw them 1-7 against the spread. They haven't done it. They haven't done it. They did it against Marist. At Marist, they shocked them because they had played off the restart, but that's it. 1 cover. What are we gonna,
what about Hartford, New Hampshire? That's the one you're in. Rebecca O'Connor has a question on the total here. Looks like my model has a pretty significant edge on the over. You have any thoughts on that?
142. I mean, yeah, I do. I definitely like this one. This is an interesting game here for me. I was a little shocked that they were -2 last night where I got them. All the money is on New Hampshire probably, and that's probably a little bit because of me. Mostly because just everybody is going to pile on Hartford. They're not good either. And in the last couple games, UNH has just beaten them. But as for the total, yeah, I can see this going over. Hartford allows a lot of points. They just do. UNH, though, is a little bit slower. They will slow the pace down. They're not afraid of that. They do play a little bit more defensively. I don't know. I think I like my Hartford play a little more. I'm glad you're on the right side. I mean, you're not a total full play, but where I got it at 2 yesterday, you definitely agree with. I don't know. This is going to be an interesting one. I mean, your model's usually pretty good on overs. I would honestly, here's how because I've been watching a lot of college basketball, and what's been happening is that these games are starting slow in the first 10 minutes, and then their pace like picks up by a really good margin. So if you can get a slow starter, like if they come out and they're missing their first few shots, just wait until you feel like the offenses start clicking. Like watch the game and wait till you feel like the offenses are starting to get a little bit of rhythm. And then right when that switch flips, you can hit the over, and the algorithms are going to give you like, you're going to be able to hit it because you're going to get like 10, 15 points on like a model number like this. So it could easily, and then they could easily, like you can easily put up 85 points in the second half right now in college basketball. Like no problem. So you can have a half get like 55 and then still hit a 140 total. Like no issue right now. So
all right, let's take Forest and Georgia Tech.
All right, let's do it.
Got some questions about that one. Some of those bigger games people definitely want to.
Where is it? Wake Forest, Georgia Tech. Am I being blind? Probably.
Right there. So cool. I have Wake Forest minus 4.3. The market is 2.5. A lot of people are asking me about that. So I do lean towards Wake Forest here. Would love to see if you have any thoughts on it. Looks like I'm pretty close total, just the slightest leans to the over on this one as well. But do you have any thoughts on
real thoughts?
Georgia Tech.
Nothing too serious here for me, honestly. Apparently there's like a system play or something fading the public, taking GT. But I don't love it. GT's been rough. 2-9-1 against the spread at home is tough. They haven't looked great. They got beat by UNC at UNC, but they are at home, and ACC teams on the road have been tough. But again, I don't know. Notre Dame came in and beat them. They were only 1-point underdogs. I think Wake Forest can probably come in and beat them too. Wake Forest is a better team here. I definitely lean that way. I think they can get it done.
That's where I'm at for sure.
Let's look at the head-to-head because these teams. Wow, whoa. GT has won all 5 of the last meetings. So this is probably a big deal. I mean, this GT team was favored in all those meetings except one, and the one that they were underdogs was 1.5. So they haven't like, this is the biggest spread that Wake Forest has had, 1.5 in a long time. This is probably going to be a battle. I might recant, honestly. I think GT maybe has a chance at home here against someone who they have their number. Coaching styles don't match up right. Clearly they haven't been able to beat them recently. I don't really like betting against that type of thing because sometimes some teams just don't. Wake Forest might just not travel well to Georgia Tech. Like sometimes teams are just like that. I don't have a bet on it, and I'd probably stay away.
All right. I lean Wake Forest on it. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I think it's a good lean. I definitely think that's the way I lean, but I think we're going to back it off a little for me personally.
Ooh, we have Creighton because I definitely have some disagreement on that one from the early ad today.
Interesting.
Let's see if I find that one in there. I just saw it pop up. It's Creighton and St. John. Pretty sure. Maybe I'm not remembering this.
It is.
Should be.
That was an interesting one there. It's Creighton St. John's. Yeah, you're just still having some fuzzy mic problems. And again, if you're just joining us, we all know about the mic problems, but we like Mike with his mic problems. So we'll survive, and I can do a lot of the talking today. So sorry in advance for that aspect. But all right, Creighton St. John's. Yeah, you have 3 for Creighton. So I mean, interesting.
Yeah, lean towards the St. John's side.
Yeah, I probably do as well. I can't actually bet on this one legally. So if I want some action, I got to go the other route. St. John's definitely the sharp side of the market. I'm actually showing 26% of the bet volume, but 46% of the money. Some sharp money there. The action experts, the one who's a lot better on his record, only down 13 units compared to the guy down 50 units is on St. John's. Look, I mean, Creighton probably wins this game. St. John's hasn't won on the road yet. They haven't won as an underdog yet, but they've covered 2 out of the 4. I think this is going to be a hard fought match. These teams battle each other. There should be, like everyone's saying, points are probably going to be scored. Yeah, 46% of the money is, according to Action, is on on St. John's, with only 26% of the bet volume, so a 20% difference, which is a pretty big, crazy indicator. But yeah, I agree. I agree. St. John's should be able to challenge them on the road. Points definitely going to be flowing here. You have a 5-point edge. Probably the way to play it is the over, especially if you like St. John's. You could probably get, let's like the team total on St. John's. If you like the underdog and the over, you could definitely take that and go to the team total for them. 73. Mike has a 3-point edge there almost. So that's pretty significant. I don't hate the over 73.5 points for St. John's on the team total. Might honestly play that myself. Before we move on, let's just look. St. John's has scored above 73 in every single meeting against Creighton since 2019.
Yep.
So they scored 79, 76, 91, 82, 83. So I think that's the play, honestly, for me. And I'm going to actually go make this a play. I'm going to go put some money on it. Let's see where we can get the best line. That seems like it's a little bit too good to be true. Would be shocked, honestly.
Fair.
Yeah, Mike has a 3-point edge too. I mean, again, it's 76 would not shock me here. It's a good 70. Getting 74 is probably great. But yeah, I'm gonna go and put that on my sheet right now. But all right, let's move on to the next. I love that pick.
We got another question. I just like to talk about another one you probably can't bet. Iowa Rutgers.
I actually do have a pick. Come on, I have a pick on that game.
All right.
I do really like Iowa here. I don't think I got Iowa -2.5 last night. A little closing line value. I don't know what's your model say. Is it right there? Do I got to scroll a little?
Yep, we got value on Iowa. 3.5 is the current number on DraftKings anyway. So that's definitely action. I'm going to lean a little bit of a lean on the under, actually, which is sometimes terrifying with Iowa, but I'm leaning on the under. Do lean on Iowa to cover this one here on the.
Oh, I just remembered I can't bet St. John's on DraftKings. I have to go through my offshore book. But yeah, I definitely agree. And the under is interesting here. I'm such a big fan of first half unders right now, Mike. I'm raving about them. I'm telling everybody I know my family's going to get first half unders under the tree next Christmas. Like this is where I'm at. Like first half 71, right? So how have these teams like done in the first half? Well, the last time Iowa played 70 points in the first half, so you'll be sweating your ass off with that one. Time before that, 89. So actually, this might not be the best first half under team. They might come out hot. Yeah, they usually come out hot. I don't know. Might not be the right spot for them, but you can usually get good value on a first half under if you like an under, because again, you avoid such the crap with late game antics, with fouls, with overtime. Like I just like cutting that out for like 3 or 4 points off of the like even split is pretty good, honestly. I don't know. What do you agree with me on that? Do you like the first half under idea?
Typically, I think you can lean that way. Yeah. Obviously in college basketball, the way that the game's issued, especially at the end of the game, you can definitely, depending on which
I would still play this at 3.5. Yeah, I mean maybe I might like 3 at 115 the most, honestly. I don't hate 3.5, but like, yeah, I wouldn't try to get there. But all right, What do you want to talk about next?
Saw Boston College was a question.
Cool. Yeah, let's talk Boston College. Let me pull it up here for everybody. We got Louisville, Boston College. You make it 7. I think the line was like 9 last night. Am I correct? I don't think I played it. The line is 7.
Down Louisville.
Yeah. You're pretty right on. You lean towards the over. Or am I missing something? Where are we? We're here.
Yeah, something. We're dead on the total.
Yeah, you're dead on total. Sorry, I was looking your line off. That's why I literally, like, if you see me do this, That's for me trying to like run around my eyes, like running around screens, like so I know which game I'm actually looking at. I read the UNC Asheville one. But yeah, right on point here. Yes, we unfortunately we are dealing with some audio issues today. But we're persevering. Sorry. But we're just still gonna do the show. But anyway, I tend to agree that this is probably just a stay off. No real lean for me. ACC play, I probably want points, period. Just as like a lean, I probably want to take the underdog in conference play more often than not. But yeah, I'm still trying to go place this St. John's team total over. Let me see if I can find that. Okay. Offering because I can't shop it. Over 73.5 minus 115. I love this bet. I'm gonna put a solid little 0.4 on this bad boy, which is double my entertainment bet. So I'm in on this.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous play. I think come on. Home run. I'm gonna tweet it. It's gonna be a Twitter play too. So if someone did dip out because they couldn't stand how your little loop effect here, they'll see it. All right. Some other games that I want to talk about before we probably get out of here. We talked about Iowa, which I did want to touch on because again, I took Iowa last night. I think 3 is better than 3.5 right now. But let's look at the model for Illinois State, Missouri State. It's right here. You have 11.5. I took it plus 11 last night. I like Illinois State. Lines come down by 1. This is just, these are decent teams. I think it's gonna be a battle. I think it's just gonna be I don't think it's gonna go to 10 points. But we don't really need to talk about it much. You don't necessarily agree. Let's touch on some other questions. We're seeing some Citadel stuff. Citadel plus 13.5 full unit play for me. Curious your thoughts. Wofford's D allows so many threes. Thank you, Mr. Sean. Illinois State is a good team. They are going to compete. That's why I like that play, getting 11 points in them last night. 10, I'm a little more iffy. You might end up pushing. But yeah, let's talk Citadel. Citadel's been a hot play. I think, they're made the underdog a lot, and sometimes you don't feel like they should be. They can score in droves. Over seems to be a sharp play here tonight. Let me pull it up in your Sims. Sorry, everybody. Citadel, the Citadel. Where the hell is the Citadel? It should be at the bottom, right? Because it's done. Yeah. Am I blind? Oh, here it is. Literally right underneath. Nice. You have 9.2. So yeah, a lot of value here, Mike.
Yep. A lot of value. The Citadel is definitely a model darling, as you.
Oh yeah, it has been a model darling.
Yeah. Kind of model darling here. Definitely not taking the Wofford side. So if you like the model, you like to trust it. I think you have to lean that way. Makes sense that Sean's on a full unit play. Makes a lot of sense. Not a lot to say. They're always valued in model for whatever reason.
Right. It looks like you give them pretty routinely. You get them that 3-point cushion that we actually like to make plays on. Again. You could go a team total play if you think that they're going to outperform their expectations and you don't really want to worry about how Wofford does, and you think that they can take advantage of the Wofford defense, and you don't want to worry about how the Citadel defense side does and the Wofford offense side does. I don't know. It's an interesting play. I'm not going to take it, but I like it. All right. Any thoughts on Binghamton? Ugly darling at home. Yeah, I mean, Binghamton is a lot of people went there. Actually, my girlfriend went to Binghamton. I try not to bet on that school, not because of that, but man, it is hard to bet on SUNY basketball for me. I just know how terrible these teams are. Like, this is the type of team that I probably, like, if I wanted to play D1, I probably could have gone to Stony Brook or Binghamton. Well, probably Binghamton over Stony. I would have gone to Albany, actually. Not the best programs in the country, but they know each other. They're very familiar with each other. I got to look at the line.
It's pretty good value on them. Fade Stony Brook in this one.
Fade Stony Brook. Interesting. Where'd it go? Binghamton.
I'm the wrong team favorite. Stony Brook's
Wow.
minus 5.5 in the market. It's like a huge mismatch in the model.
That's crazy. All right. I mean, look, if you're there, I'm with you. I mean, Stony Brook has the home team has won in the last 5 games that they have played it at each other. Binghamton's probably getting some disrespect because they've been up and down. But they're actually playing better ball. They have more momentum. This is crazy. Wow. All right. You know what? I'm gonna play this one too, Mike. I'm gonna take something. I like this. That Citadel TT 66.5 is nice. Good find. I mean, Mike had 71 there or something. That's a lot of value too if you trust the model. So Mike has 72 points. So you have almost 5.5 points on the Citadel team total at FanDuel. That might go on my list too. But yeah, I'm going to go take a little Binghamton action. Going to put a good 0.2 on it. I love it. I'm going to play like 20 games today, but I don't care. I've been winning on these. I've been up pretty solid. So I can just keep keep betting games. It's my favorite thing in the world. And that's why I do what I do, But I'm just a degen at the end of the day. Mike knows we just sit around and trade NFTs all day. So, and make bets. But all right, let's finish up. I got to go eat some lunch. I want to talk about a couple big games though. I'll just give out some of my plays really quick. We can look at them in the model. We don't have to spend too much time on every one, but I like Indiana State here -4 +4.5 against SIU. Let's find it in the model. Should be right around here. Indiana State. Am I going blind? Must be going blind. Against SIU, right? Southern Illinois. All right. Do you see it, Mike? Am I going crazy? I think I'm going crazy.
Maybe I don't know.
All right. I don't see. Oh, here it is. I swear to God, literally the one below it. Are you kidding me? All right. Yeah, you have good value here too. You have 2 points. I had 4. I have 4.5 right now is the lines I'm getting. Welcome to the J Smooth Comedy Hour. I love this. Indiana State's a good team. They are 8-4-1 against the spread, 5-2 against the spread on the road. SIU 3-5 against the spread as a favorite. I mean, again, Indiana State probably loses this game in a tight one. They might not have what it takes to win. And yeah, that push against Albany wasn't great, but they covered against UNI. SIU has lost their last 3. They could lose this game. I don't know if they should be home favorites. So yeah, I'm on Indiana State. I really like that play. Mike's model has a pretty strong lean here. The next game is a big one. We definitely want to talk about a couple of these ones here. Marquette Villanova, baby. We can't leave the show without talking about this.
Right.
Where is it? Is it at the top here?
It's gonna be at the bottom. It's at the bottom.
There it is. You didn't bring that one up. All right. 14.1. I grabbed them 12.5 last night. -12.5 for Villanova. I just I think this is they're good. Villanova's good, man. I don't know. What's your take?
Yes, Coach just posted on the Sports Sign account, but this was part of the underdog plays of the day. I took the under on this game.
Oh, you did?
Nova Marquette under. It's at 140.5 in the market. I have it down 134 here. Just massive contrasting styles and pace though. Marquette
you moved the market.
Fast.
You moved the market. It's 138. I have 138.5 at DraftKings. So yeah, nice job getting everyone 141. That's a great play. I don't think I can take it right now. Yeah. But yeah, I really like Nova. Even 13.5 is kind of okay with me. Okay, so let's just wrap up. Let's just I'll give my last couple picks here. I'm going to take TCU +5. I really like them. I like Wyoming -17 against a bad San Jose State. And you have 22.4 here. So I'm glad to see you agree with that. Oklahoma State, TCU, we can really quickly look at the model, which should be around 5. Oklahoma State, yeah, you have 5. So you're right there. You don't have a side. But yeah, again, it should be an interesting day. If you want All these picks are probably going to be up. Either you can follow my Action app, which has my whole sheet every day, and you can go on the Discord where I post that. Mike posts all his picks in the Discord, links to the videos in the Discord. Thank you for enduring Mike's microphone issues today, and we will see you Friday.